Hi, this is Roger for Satyagraha News Network, where truth is the force. Today, I would like to talk about D. Trump's new book, The Art of the Steal, as well as talk about Republican cancel culture. Let us begin with the latter. Republicans love to accuse Democrats of cancel culture, yet with much of what Republicans do, gaslighting is in play. Republicans are, in fact, winning the PR battle. Yet, it is the Republicans who have canceled so many things, which we never hear about, including their canceling of mask wearing, their canceling of vaccinations, their canceling of science and climate change, their canceling of the Constitution and the legal transference of power in the November 2020 presidential elections. The Republicans have canceled truth, common sense, decency, and integrity, and they have canceled the voting rights of a multitude of voters in many states across this union. Quite often, as with the fair election in November 20, they accuse the candidate with the most integrity of stealing the election, and they try to cancel that election when it is, in fact, their corrupt candidate, D. Trump, who is trying to steal the election. Once more, Republicans, with their belittling and their artful skill at the put-down, have put down Democrats. The Republicans are winning the PR war by saying it is the Democrats who are canceling culture, when in fact, it is the Republicans. And as a sidebar, let's not forget Liz Cheney, who recently greeted Joe Biden at a state function to the hysterical shrieks of the far-right press. I'm sorry, that was actually a Freudian slip. Of the far right-wing press. And Liz Cheney had to remind the far right press that Joe Biden is not an enemy of the people like, say, Osama bin Laden, but in fact a fellow American. Wow, what a novel thought for a politician reaching across the aisle. Well, I want to be the first to tell you about D. Trump's new book. Have you heard about it? It's a sequel to his first book, The Art of the Deal. In this new book, which D. Trump calls The Art of the Steal, D. Trump tries to accuse the Democratic president, Joe Biden, the man with integrity, of doing the very thing Trump is doing, that is, stealing the election. This book is co-authored by Josh Hawley, the sophomoric senator from Missouri, and Congressperson Kevin McCarthy, with a foreword by Ted Cruz. The Art of the Steal is a steal at any price, but Backroom Books is offering it for the low price of $1.99, paid directly to D. Trump's Legal Defense Fund. The Art of the Steal is a how-to book on how to steal an election by blaming your honest opponent of stealing the election. The subtitle of the book is The Art of Gaslighting in the Age of D. Trump. A special offer for an additional $1, Trump's purported wife, Melania Trump, has co-authored 2 other books. And so for the low price of $2.99, you can get all 3 books. Melania's first book, targeted for your teenage daughter, is called How to Overcome Poor Academic Performance with 10 Fashion Tips. Look, folks, I can't make this kind of stuff up. As a special second offer, Melania has co-written a self-help book called I Pose Nude and Married a Millionaire. This book is subtitled How to Look Hot When You're Not. It is the story of the first lady to pose nude with handy tips for Hillary Clinton on how to avoid the disgust of Republicans and the press. The foreword to this book is written by Stormy Daniels, and there are many full-page foldouts of Melania bearing it all. Well, there are 2 other books I would recommend, or actually there are 2 books I would recommend, because I wouldn't recommend these previous 3 books. And at their full price, you can get the autobiographies in which the transparent truth is revealed, the latest by President Barack Obama called A Promised Land, and the fully clothed First Lady's Tell-All by Michelle Obama called Becoming. These latter 2 books are for those of you interested in actual history, academia, and the true goings-on behind the scenes of the presidency. I have not read the books by the Trumps, but having read the Obama books, I will say they are worthy of your time. And comparing what the Obamas have to say with what the Trumps have to say would make anyone a believer in truth, integrity, and the Obamas. Let us hope we have competent and compassionate politicians and leaders in the future, and let us be protected from the Trumps and their ilk and enablers. This is Roger for Satyagraha News Network, where truth is the force.